This video will demonstrate how to create a junction within Civil 3D. In this model file, I have a mainline corridor, alignment profile. And what I want to do is maybe somewhere around here, I want to design in a side road and it'll have a junction. Doing that, I'm going to first design the side road. So I need to create a alignment, a profile, a assembly, and also a corridor. To do all that information, I first go to the Home tab, I go to the Alignment command, Alignment Creation tool, and we're just going to call this Side Road. So this alignment is going to be called Side Road, and then I'm just going to leave all the default settings and go OK. Your Geometry Editor toolbar will appear, and I'm just going to use the very first icon, tangent, no curves. And I'm just going to draw a polyline coming down here to meet the main line. Now just make sure the alignment goes slightly past, or it does intersect the alignment, the main line alignment. If it doesn't, then the junction wizard will not work. I have just snapped it onto the alignment, so it should work. Press enter. Now what I need to do is I need to draw a profile view for that alignment. So go to your profile command here and go to create surface profile. I want to make sure that I'm on the right alignment. So right now I'm on road 1, which is no good. I want to be on the side road. And I want to add in both my existing and mainline surface. So road 1 surface. Add that in. And just draw in profile view and create profile view. Now, if you do not have the option for the mainline corridor surface, the reason you do not have the option is because you don't have a corridor surface created. To create a corridor surface, you just select the corridor, go up to corridor surfaces, and you're just going to create a corridor surface by selecting this icon. So if I select this icon, it'll bring in a corridor surface, and then make sure you define it as top and select the plus button. And then just put a boundary on it, 2, select the cell, right click, and corridor extends as outer boundary. Close that down, and that will create your corridor surface. So you'll just have to add that then to the profile view up here. So now we can see my profile view is created. The profile view has the existing ground and also has this mainline surface in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the style of this mainline surface, and that can be done really easily by just using your property menu. So I have my property menu active up here on the right hand side. If you don't, just type in property into your command bar and it will appear. Selecting this profile line for my mainline corridor, I'm just going to change the style of that by going into the properties menu. I'm in the design tab, and I'm going to change the style from existing ground to additional surface 1. Changing it to additional surface 1, I am then going to draw my profile view in here. Well, before I draw my profile view, what I will do is I'm going to split the corridor in here, and on the left hand side, or on the northern side, I do not want to show the earthwork or the verge. I think that is a verge. I'm just going to double check this model file to see it's actually not a verge, it's a footpath. So I'm going to hide the footpath and I'm going to hide the verge. To do that, I first need to create another assembly, which will be the exact same as this, but on the left hand side, I will not have earthwork or a footpath subassembly. Easiest way to do that is just select the subassembly marker in the middle, and I'm just going to type in CP for copy and just click anywhere and bring down that assembly down 1. I'm going to rename this assembly, so select the assembly marker, go up to assembly properties up on the ribbon, and I'm going to call this road 1 junction. And go OK. And what I want to do is, it's on the left hand side because my alignment is going from left to right, so I want to delete out these 2 subassemblies here. select here and select here. And again, just make sure you only have 2 sub-assemblies selected when you press the delete key on the keyboard. And remember, the delete key is right beside the enter key on the keyboard. It's not the backspace key. Once you have that done, I want to apply that to a region within the corridor. Right now, the corridor is one big region. It's from this grip to this grip. I want to add in another region up to here, and then another region at the junction, and that middle region I want to apply this assembly. How I do that again is I split the corridor, select the corridor, go to split region. Selecting split region, I am going to split the mainline corridor, we'd say somewhere around here, and then left click again with inside this region to place in another one of these split lines and left click. So now you'll see once you select the corridor, you have 3 regions. You have this region, which is 1, the one in the middle 2, and the last region there is 3. If you go into your corridor properties, you will also see within the parameters tab that you have the 3 regions. And once you select any one of these regions, they will show up as magenta. Now in our case, what we want to do is we want to change this middle corridor here. We want to change that to the other assembly that we have. To do that, we're in our corridor properties, we're in the parameters tab, and we're on the second row down to the second region, and we want to change the assembly. So the assembly for this highlighted row, I do not want it to be road 1. I want to change that to road 1 junction. Go OK and go OK. So basically for that middle region, I'm applying this cross section or assembly. And then you'll see that it'll update there. And once I go back into my profile view for the side road, which is here, I can see exactly where I want my profile line to tie up to. Before it was showing the footpath and the earthwork, and it was difficult to know exactly which point my profile line within the side road needs to stop. Now I'm going to draw in the profile line for the side road. So I'm going to my profile command. I'm going to profile creation tools. Once I've done that, it says select profile view. The profile view again is the boxes down here and not the profile line. Select the box. And then the create profile dialog box comes up. I'm going to leave it as the default naming convention, which is my alignment name, which is road 1. Then it'll go VP and the next counter and go OK to all of this. You'll get your vertical geometry toolbar appearing, which is this, which is very similar to the horizontal geometry toolbar. I usually close down each one of these toolbars after I finish because they're very similar. And what can happen is you can start drawing a horizontal alignment within a profile view, and you do not want that. So just make sure you are using the vertical geometry toolbar, so it should say VP at the end of it and should say profile layout tool and not horizontal layout tool. We're going again to the very first icon. We're going to go to the draw tangents, and for this what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to select the existing ground down here, and I'm going to select the edge of running lane up here. So I've drawn one profile line in there, and you can see it's pretty much along the existing there. Now at this region here, there is a good bit of fill, but there's not much we can do because we're tying up to the main line. So ideally, you want to try and keep it as close to the main line as possible, and really that's probably as good as you're going to get. The next thing I want to do is I now want to apply a assembly to this alignment. So I'm just going to use the same assembly that we have here. So since I have my alignment created, my profile created, and the assembly is created, I can create the junction or the corridor. To create the corridor, it's up in the Home tab, the Create Design panel, and we're selecting corridor. Selecting corridor from the drop down, and you get your corridor dialog box. We're going to call this side road. And then just going down, I want the baseline type, so that's what the alignment or the centerline alignment is going to be. We're going to work with alignments and profiles. You can also do this from feature lines, I'm going to just stick with alignment and profiles and make sure it's on the right alignment. So I called that side road alignment side road, and make sure it's the right vertical profile. In our case, it's going to be this VP4, so side road vertical profile 4. The assembly then is going to be just the road 1, and then our target surface, that's what these earthwork string lines are going to target to. That's going to be your existing ground. This set baseline and region parameters, that just brings up another dialog box that I'll just be going OK to. So I'm going to untick this and go OK. And now you can see that your corridor has been created for the side road.